Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. In the last part, we began our ascent to Mount Golg after our Talos was a raving success. We headed off into Valthry's little sanctuary. We took him down, we absorbed the final Light Warden's light. Unfortunately, we couldn't contain the lights. We're halfway becoming ascended ourselves. The Exarch tried to take the light from us so he could die in the rift along with the light, but Emmett had other plans. So it's not good for us. The light is back, and yeah. Oh, miss, you're awake. You were injured during the forward of Mount Golg, yes? I was here at my station as always when they carried you in on a makeshift stretcher looking disturbingly bereft of vigor. And to compound my worry, my sky has, well, I'm sure you've seen, it has everyone rather concerned to say the least. Seeing you up and about is the first good news that we've had in a while. Assuming you feel strong enough, would you mayhap consider a stroll around the city to reassure our anxious citizens? Broggy was one of those who helped convey you to your chambers, and has visited several times since to inquire about your condition. My buddy Broggy! Off video went ahead and got all the side quests done for around Kolisha. Got a flight, finished the map, and all kind of fun stuff. Oh man. Let's see what everybody's been up to. Well, look who's back from the dead. It was a grim sight. Your companions looked fair ready to drop when they brought you in, so I offered a helping hand. Couldn't bear to see them struggle so. And you, my friend, I feared you had one foot in the grave. Cold and lifeless you were, like a corpse that was somehow still breathing. Then they told me some evil bastard went and snatched our poor Exarch away in the midst of the chaos. Wicked white, what is this we're coming to? Bah, but moaning never solved the thing, did it? Nay, it sounds like these that we Crystarium folks stand tall and do what needs to be done. Trade with you more is back on the table. We best make use of those resources to fortify the city against the Eaters, or whatever misery the fates have deemed fit to throw at us next. Speaking of misery, Chesimile was worried sick about you. A healer wringing her hands is not a sight you ever wish to see, let me tell you. Everyone's worried about us. Oh man. Let's go reassure her worries. Oh, I mean, I guess it stands to reason. Oh, sweetie, you're alive. No one's been allowed to see you. Not even Spagrick's Churgans were forbidden from. Even Spagrick's Churgans were forbidden from making visits. Marine was kind enough to tell me you were showing symptoms similar to eating corruption. So suppose that there is little any of us could have done for you in any case. As for your companions, they've been rushing hither and yon, seeking a cure to your condition. I worry to see the faces that are growing ever more haggard every time they pass through the Crystarium. I shall let them know you're awake, and when they come to see you, sweetie, please do convince them to rest a bit. They won't be helping anyone if they're all collapse of exhaustion. And our own Morin has been a little better, I'm afraid. He hasn't left the cabinet, too busy with his nose buried in one dusty tome or another. Everyone's concerned about our well-being. How long have we been out? Too long, apparently. Alright, the Cabin of Curiosity. Morin, my buddy. What's going on with you? Confound it, this says the same thing as the last. Maybe I should approach the problem from a different perspective. Cecil, is it truly you? Not some figment of my imagination? Oh, but this is wonderful. It would seem my prayers have been answered. Feeling otherwise helpless, I've been scouring our shells for the wisdom to explain the most worrisome conundrum. Why, with other light wardens defeated, has the light returned to obscure the sky? I must have pored over 100 tomes, but no definitive conclusion seems forthcoming. So many questions I would pose to the Exarch, and thus do I feel his absence all the more keenly. Now that you're awake, however, I'm hopeful the search for a stolen steward might begin in earnest. Catless, meanwhile, leads this crystalline mean in preparations for battle, though against what foe we are as yet uncertain. Why not pay her a visit? I expect seeing you upright should be a much welcome relief. Alright. Hello, lass. Cecila, alive and well, I see. You gave us all a proper fright, you know that? Not days gone by that I haven't heard folk worrying what's to become of you or the Exarch. Anyway, I'm glad you've recovered enough to stand. You're not planning on striking out straight away though, are you? I was hoping that we might have a better look at your equipment. If we've been able to provide you with better weapons or sturdier helms, then mayhap you would win the day and the Exarch would still be here. As such, we're keeping busy consulting each other on new forging techniques and designs and the like. If you could stand still a moment, I'd like to assess the gear you were trying to improve. Aye, well, that's some fine work, I must admit. It wouldn't be impossible to make something better, but we need to experiment with different patterns and materials, and I'm not sure we have the kind of time. That sounds like a challenge that he would enjoy. Who's this? Oh. Wait, who are you again? Oh, Glynard. Glynard? Greetings, Glynard. The master of the stairs is running his own errands now, RZ. Aye, well, my servants are distraught enough as it is, and I didn't want to crack the whip too hard. But never mind that. I'm thinking our absent genius and his epiphanies are the perfect answer to this predicament of yours. And by genius, you mean old Grenold? He is a man of unrivaled gifts, I won't argue with there. But what good was town do us if we can't bloody find him? No one's seen hide nor hair of Grenold since he wandered off some years ago. You know what he's like once he latches onto an idea? He's probably cloistered himself in some forgotten cave, completely absorbed in his latest creation. I don't even know where to start looking. Alright. That does make things difficult. Still, if that eccentric is someone who destined to me, I wager he'll show up soon enough. In my time at the bar, many's the tale I've heard of strangely fated encounters, even if a few of them might be stretching the truth just a bit. We'll keep our noses in the grindstone for the time being, but on the off the chance you do encounter Grenold, you'd be wise to take advantage of his brilliance rather than wait on our slow and steady progress. This is all talk for when you're fully recovered, of course. I'll let you get back to convalescing, eh? Before you do that, you're actually the reason I came over here in the first place. I don't suggest partaking out of my stock until you're properly well, but if you've been passing near the stairs, then a few regulars I'd like to introduce you to. I'd best be getting back. Just because the world's coming apart at the seams doesn't mean we have to follow suit now, does it? Here. We can't forget the heart upon which the city was founded, or the Exarch might not have much of a home to return to. Oh boy. Cecila, are you alright? I think a return to your sickbed might be in order. Or you might consider resting a while atop the watchtower next to the rookery. This damnable sky doesn't make for the most soothing scenery, but this Exarch often liked to stand there and feel the wind upon his face. Alright. I mean, I tell you what, whatever I had for dinner is not agreeing with my stomach. Alright. Oh, my stomach is not agreeing with me.
This町の連中は強いな。みんなまだ戦う意志が折れてない。だからこそお前には辛いんじゃないのか。何せこの状況を引き起こしてるのはお前自身だ。
The secrecy is worse. I'd rather people knew.
そうだな。あんな気のいい連中は真実を知れば悩み苦しむだろう。知らないままで済むのならその方がいいか。はっきり言って状況は最悪だ。今回ばかりはどこを探しても救いなんてないかもしれない。ただしそれは窮地であって敗北じゃない。お前はまだ負けていない。違うか。前にもこんな不思議と泣いた気持ちで空を眺めてたことがある。自分たちのやったことが光の反乱につながると知って原初世界に向かうために命を絶った時だ。あっちでお前たちと戦って負けてついえかけた願いを光の巫女が拾ってくれたから俺たちの世界は完全消滅を逃れられた。それが救いだったのか、あるいはこんな風に残るより統合された方が幸せだったのか、ずっとわからなかったんだ。だがコルシア島で巨大なタロースが立ち上がった時に思った。ああ、よかったんだってな。 かつての俺たちは戦う役目を最後まで自分たちだけで抱え込んだ。それがみんなのためだと思ってた。だからあんな人が一丸になって道を開く様だけは見ることがなかったんだ。眩しかった。ただ胸が詰まって言葉なんて出やしないんだ。こんな世界でまだ生きたがってる奴らがいる。それが手を取り合って天にまで這い上がろうとしてる。だったら絶対に間違っていなかった。この世界をこんな未来につないだことを俺はやっと誇れる。拳だ拳。いいからぶつけてみろ。
A fist bump with a ghost. Audio, what's going on?
やっぱり前に部屋起きたわ。
What's going on, Audio? There's something updated on my computer that I'm not aware of. What's happening here? The frickin' Adobe! Creative Cloud! Update! My ass! Alright, we good? Yeah, I was not gonna freak out anymore. Frickin' Adobe. I think we're good. Maybe.
俺はもう世界を救うことはできないが、何の因果かお前にだけは干渉できるらしい。こうして喋ることもできてたんだ。予感はあった。だが俺は光の反乱を起こした男だ。どんな理由があったとしてもそれを否定することはできない。だから何かをすればまた間違うんじゃないかと、自分の選択が信じられなくて踏み出すことから逃げていた。それでも俺たちの選択が間違いだけではなかったのだとお前たちが証明してくれたから、今なら誓うことができる。
Sweet. Our burden was resolved.
この魂をお前にかけよう。わずかでもまだできることがあるはずだ。お前が世界の敵になりそうだったら止めてやるし、お前が進もうとするなら背中くらいは押してやる。だから思うように進めよ英雄。
心配してきてみれば一人で笑っているなんてどういうこと？私の若気は不思議な若気ね。 がぐちゃぐちゃで真ん中にある魂もひびが入って継ぎはぎだらけ。ねえ、かわいそうなあなた、これからどうするつもりなの？妖精王になれば人との関わりを断って城の中に隠れていられる。
It'd be nice.
何も解決はしないけれど別にいいじゃない。誰かがあなたを倒そうとしに来ても妖精のみんなで守ってあげるわ。それをあなたが望むなら王冠や杖を譲るけれどどう？なんて知ってるわ。私の若木ったらとても釣れない人なのよ。私の提案なんてこれっぽっちも聞く気がないのだわ。それにそんな結末には私の愛した美しさもない。ねえ、私のかわいいかわいい若木、あなたは今迷い路の中。これから進むべき方向を決めなければならないわ。そんな時人は先を見通そうとする。だから私たちは意地悪な霧や幻惑でもっと迷わせるの。それを破る方法はね、一度立ち止まること、そしてどこへ行くべきかではなく自分が今どこにいるのかを正しく知ることよ。水晶でできたケールム。影に隠した赤い目はいつも優しくあなたを見ていた。その意味を知ればあなたの知らないあなたのことも今あなたが立つ場所も見えてくるかもしれないわ。幸いここは彼の庭。町の人に聞いて回ればきっと糸口はつかめるでしょう。私はあなたが何を選ぶか楽しみにしながら見守っているわ。それじゃまたね。
Oh. Wavering resolve. I mean, can you blame him? I can't blame her. Oh, I did not expect to see you in your fate so soon. Surely you had not come in search of a tomorrow. What do I know of the Crystal Exarch? I'm happy to share it, but I fear there will be no surprising revelations. As any of this city would tell you, he is a man of wisdom and compassion and many untold secrets. But none can doubt his generosity. When the Crystarium was being constructed, he even followed folk to plunder the tower for resources. Or allowed, not followed. He has imposed no restrictions upon us but one. No one except the Exarch is permitted to dwell within the spire. Many seasons passed, a comrade of mine was bold enough to ask the reason why. The Exarch merely smiled and said, because one day the Crystal Tower may vanish as suddenly as it arrived. Oh. I mean, I guess that's a good enough reason. Especially if you're, going all over the place with it. Alright, Morin. What about you? What can you tell me? Oh, this is something else you needed. If you come to the results of my research into this persistent light, I'm afraid there's little to tell as of yet. Records are pertaining to the Exarch? Well, I need no documentation to relay on what little I know of his history, if it is what interests you. Less than a decade had passed since the coming of the flood when the Crystal Tower first flashed into existence. Its summoner, the Exarch himself, became known to the refugees in Lakeland soon thereafter. He welcomed all who sought out the spire, be they locals who had lost their homes or Verberdites fleeing their ruined kingdom, and together did they found the city which would become the Crystarium. Some thought to call him king, for he refused to share his name, but the summoner did not deem himself worthy of the royal address. Thus did the crystal people consider his scintillating skin so alike to the tower he had summoned and bestowed upon him the name of Crystal Exarch. As for his true name, well, 'twould seem that is a mystery that remains unsolved to this day. I know it. It's Grahatia. Can't fool me! Alright. Where am I going? Am I going up? Oh. Where the hell am I going? Oh, I'm going up to the crystalline mean. Cecil, it's good to see you awake and alert, my friend. What's this about? You're not writing the Exarch's memoirs, are you? I'm not sure how much I can tell you, considering we avoid asking too many questions. Unspoken rule and all that. If anyone has fresh insights to share, I'd say to be Captain Lina, I'd say. She lost her parents to an eater attack not long after she was born, and the Exarch saw to her upbringing. Outward appearances aside, those two are like grandfather and granddaughter. I imagine the news of his predicament hit her doubly hard. Not that our proud captain would ever let it show. If you do decide to talk to Lina, she'll be at her usual post at the Extensor Gate. Lord. Lina! Cecil, it's not told you had awoken. I was welcome surprised. Now, if only Exarch was returned to us. He was taken by his rival of yours, was he not? Your companions mentioned they had an idea where to find him, and so I bristled when they asked for patience. I did not understand their hesitation until I saw that you had fallen. Only then did I realize I had no business rushing ahead. Even so, the delay has been relentless and agonizing. In the moments before you left to join you in Kalisha, the Exarch entrusted me with a key. It opens a door in the ocular to a chamber known as the Umbilicus. This room is the heart of the tower, into which only the Exarch himself was permitted to enter. He bid me allow none in the tower once he had departed. Only event that an army of eaters descended upon the city was I to access the umbilicus and awaken the defensive barrier. Never before had he led me with such instructions, but the battle with Vothru loomed near, and at the time I accepted the key without much thought. Since then, however, that moment is all that occupies my mind. When I recall that look upon his face, he knew that some terrible fate would have awaited him. Tell me, Cecila, I need to know what he feared. What battle you and your companions are truly fighting. Forgive me. I trust in the Exarch, and I should not be voicing these doubts when he's not here to respond to them personally. But you have come to me for the question of your own, have you not? Ah, I see I'm not the only one who burns for answers. The time has come to open the tower's heart. Though we do not face an invasion of eaters, I suspect the city will be in far more danger if you do not gain the knowledge you seek. Sweet! Come, meet me in the ocular and I'll unlock the door within. Alright, off to the ocular. Alright. Was that guy dressed as Link? Huh. It's funny.
神女の間は奥にある扉の先です。鍵は開けておきましたので、自由にお入りください。私は外でお待ちしています。あなたの用事が終わったら、また施錠しますので、声をかけてください。
Alright, Graha, what have you been up to? Reveal your secrets! Ooh, books upon books.
では推奨校。いえ、真なる名はグラハティアでしたね。あなたは第一世界の住民ではなく原初世界の、それも第八霊災が起きた未来から来たとおっしゃるのですか。時間と世界を超越し、霊災の要因を排することでかの英雄を死の運命から救おうとしていると。
ああ、唐突な話で信じがたいだろうが。
いいえ、疑っているわけではありません。第八霊災が起きるという話も、あなた自身のことも、ただことはあまりに重大です。もう少し経緯を詳しく伺っても。
もちろんだ。始まりはそうだな、 第8例祭で多くの犠牲者が出る中、シド・ガーロンドとその仲間たちが生き延びたことだろう。彼らは終わりのない戦乱を鎮めようと様々な手段を模索していった。そのうちの一つがかの英雄との冒険から着想を得、彼らが生涯をかけて追求した理論、時間の流れを渡り次元の狭間を越えて世界を跳躍する方法だ。だが彼らがそれを確立したのは晩年。実践するかどうかは次の世代の判断に任された。その頃になっても戦火はまだ燃え広がり続けていた。人は奪い殺し、あらゆる希望が焼き払われた。皆うなだれて言っていた。この世界はもうダメだ。人は道を間違えたのだと。そんな中で誰かが言った。私たちがもうダメだとしても、こうして生まれたことを無意味にしてなるものか。別の未来への可能性をこの手で開くのだ。天才たちの残した知恵で第8例祭の発生を阻止しよう。それに賛同した人々は戦争の続く中で長い長い時間をかけてシドたちの理論を実現させていった。そうして例祭発生から約200年、計画に必要だったクリスタルタワーの再起動に成功し、その管理者たる私も同時に目覚めたというわけだ。それまでの研究で例祭の大まかな仕組みや第8例祭の時に統合されたのが第一世界だったことは明らかになっていた。あとはシドたちの理論に基づいてこの塔を改造。転移に際して必要なエネルギーもこいつなら集積できる。
そうしてあなたはクリスタルタワーごと統合される前の第一世界へとやってきた。
統合よりも少しだけ前に到着するつもりが100年近くも早くなってしまったがね。目印を用いてなお両世界の時の際は計りがたい。とはいえ結果的にはそれで正解だった。積み食いという光の加護なしには倒せない相手がいた以上、彼女を呼ぶための時間が必要だったのだから。
なんと果てしない道のりか。その計画がここまで進んでこられたのはまるで奇跡です。歴史を書き換えた結果がどういった形で出るにせよ、あなた方はあくまで第8例祭の先にいる存在。例祭の発生を阻止したところであなた方自身が救われることはないとお気づきでしょう。
ああ、よくわかっていたさ。だからこそシドたちも可能性を残しておきながらやれとは言わなかったんだろう。自分には何の見返りもないと知りながら他人の幸せのために神経ましてや、誰もが明日をも知れぬ身の混沌とした世においては、こんな計画が形になったのにも偶然ではない、理由がある。彼女だよ。 あの英雄の冒険譚が人々をつないでいたんだ。どんな絶望の底にいても立ち上がった人がいた。終わりないはずの戦いに終止符を打った人がいた。嘘みたいにまっすぐとあの英雄は進んでいく。その歩みは語れば勇気に、聞けば希望になる物語として絶望の時代のそこかしこで輝いていた。時には亡国の歴史にかけがえのない盟友として刻まれていた。またある時はボロボロになった手記の写しにその冒険が綴られていた。辛い夜を越えるためにその物語を語り継いできた人々もいた。第八零祭の阻止に賛同した人の多くが言っていた。あの英雄のために自分ができることがあるなんて上等だと。遠くの星だったはずの彼女に思いが届けられるならみんなでこう言ってやろうじゃないかと。あなたという英雄の残した足跡は死してなお人の希望であったのだと。だから私はただの代理人さ。この計画の成功をもってあの人に命を届けに来た。
なぜそれを私にだけ打ち明けたのです。
すまない。そこは打算的な動機なんだ。あなたに協力者になってほしくてね。あなたは教えてくれただろう。以前第一世界が光の反乱の危機に瀕していると知ってミンフィリアを送り込む手引きをしたのは自分だったのだと。それはおそらくあなたにとって苦渋の決断で、だからこそ彼女の守ったこの世界を救わねばと覚悟している。そのために必要な対価があったとしてもあなたなら進むことを選んでくれると思ったのだ。
対価ですか。
この計画の終わり、全ての大罪杭を倒した時に私は光を引き受けて死ぬ。あなたの仲間やいつか来るあの人がそれに気づいたら彼らのことだ。計画を止めようとするかもしれない。だがそれでは誰も救われないのだ。だから計画の全容を悟られないためにも私の正体を隠す手伝いをしてほしい。ウリエンジェ、どうか協力して私が話した第八零祭の危機をあなたが次元の狭間で見たことにしてもらえないだろうか。
本当にあなたはそれでいいのですか。
あの人の名はちゃんと未来で待っていた。ならそれを助けに行くのは誰にも譲れない。 俺の役目だ。何があったって悲しい結末になんてさせるものか。
Well, that was pretty deep.
分かってると思うが、お前は危険な状態にある。また暴走が起きれば、今度こそ理性すらない化け物になり果ててしまうかもしれない。何をしたって、お前自身はもう助からないかもしれない。それで、お前はどうしたい
？I mean to have a few words with both Emmett and the Exarch.
それなら行こう。エメトセルクの言っていた黒き海テンペストには心当たりがある。コルシア島周辺に広がる国風海。嵐大きあの海に奴の根城があるはずだ。
Alright, just me and Ardbert now. Setting forth. Did you find the answer you sought? There's nothing more you need. I'll go ahead and lock the door. I have some questions about the Tempest. The Tempest? That's the name given to the seas by which Coletia is bound. If you make a request to the Tamers, they will provide you with a mar to fly over the waters, but... Do you mean to leave at this moment? Alone? I'm not sure that... Nay, I'll not seek to stop you. Go with the blessings of the Shadow, and I shall await your safe return. Alright, off we go. Just meet Ardbert. The dynamic duo. You're requiring a morrow. Just a moment while I shall saddle our swiftest beast for you to fly to the island. The open water? To the depths of the Tempest? Our morrows can swim, yes, but to reach the ocean floor... Bah.
こちらにいらっしゃったのですね。あなたがお目覚めになったとの知らせを受け、一度こうして集合いたしました。そのご様子では水晶港についての説明はもはや不要でしょう。過去をご覧になったのですね。
私たちもウリエンジェから聞いたんだ。水晶港の正体、彼の願いを。
真相を目していたことについては一切の弁解をいたしません。いつかあなたが水晶港の計画の全容を知ることがあれば、いかなる罰でも受ける覚悟で彼に協力いたしました。今でもその決意に変わりはございません。ですが真相を知ったあなたは私を糾弾するよりも嘆くよりも先に行動しようとしている。 なればこそ私をどうかお連れください。この身この知恵をもって必ずやあなたの力になりましょう。
I'm a danger to those around me. I mean, that's kind of true. I mean, we could turn.
あなたが以前危険な状態であることは承知しております。それでもその足が進む限り共に参りましょう。
私は賛成できません。ウリエンジャがついていくことではなくて、あなたが出かけることが心配です。私は本当に応急処置しかできなかった。何のきっかけでまた光が暴走してしまうか分かりません。だからどうか少しでも安静にしていてください。解決方法は私たちがきっと探してきますから。
きっとって何よ。私たちには当てすらないじゃない。
アリゼ、リーンは。
分かってるわよ。私だってリーンと同じ気持ちに決まってる。だけどできもしないことを約束するのは優しさなんかじゃない。ただの嘘よ。現に私たちはこの人が目覚めるまで死ぬ気で解決方法を探そうって決めて散々駆けずり回って、でも何もつかめてないじゃない。それなのに行くななんて言えない。だからせめて私は。
私たちも君と共に行くよ。希望を見つけ出すのにだってまず歩き出さなければならないのだから。
他に知るべもないのだもの。あなたは自分の思うようになさい。私たちはそのそばで目となり力となりましょう。一縷の望みだって見落とさないようにね。
お前もそれでいいな。
俺たちにも何かできることはねえか。
Oh. Gathered a crowd.
事情はさっぱり分かってないが、大事な戦いの最中なんだろう。水晶校が戻るまで私たちが代わりに闇の戦士様の役に立たなくっちゃね。
What?
彼らに事情を話したのかい？
Secret's out.
いえ、そういうわけではないのですが。
はっきり言われなくたってみんななんとなく察してたさ。なんてったってお前たちが向かった先から夜が戻ってったんだからな。
俺は最初に水晶校の同郷を名乗られた時からそうじゃないかと思っていた。コウはずっと誰かを待っていたから、それがついに来たのだなと。
自分はその水晶校があなたをお迎えに行った時からただごとではないと感じておりました。コウがあんなに嬉しそうに走っていく姿など生まれて初めて見ましたゆえ。
私も。
自分だって。
あなた方と水晶校が本当はどこから来てどうしてこれほどのことをしてくれたのか 僕たちには分かりません。けれどみんな心から感謝しているんです。だからあなた方の力になりたいし、コウがもし今辛い思いをしているなら助けて差し上げたい。何かできることはありますか？
さすがにこの人数を連れてはいけないと思うけれど、いかがかしら、闇の戦士様。
Defend the Crystarium. Oh man. Defend the Crystarium to return. Let's do this. All right. Thou didst plan to commandeer Namar for that journey to open sea. I fear the following dive down to MXL's underwater abode will drain even thy legendary stamina. Thus, during thy convalescence, we considered the most efficacious method to reach the depths of the Tempest, and I believe we have arrived at an elegant solution. Yet, ere we discuss the staff, I suggest thou dost conclude with such pressing business as remains to thee in the Crystarium. Once the sea closes above our heads, we are unlikely to surface again until our grand deed is done. Done. Thine affairs are in order, then I shall unfold to thee my proposal. Our destination is the ocean floor, yet our goal is not simply to arrive there. Nay, we must needs have the means to breathe and fight freely. Thus would I petition the aid of one of the Fae, a being with whom I am yet to meet face to face. Rather than waste words on explanation, I did thee follow me unto the hamlet of Sullen, which lies south and west. All will become abundantly clearer, I promise thee. Where am I going? The Sullen. Good, more quests opened up. Yay, wonderful. Alright. I like no cool mounts. There's one mount that I really like, but the problem is, in order to get said mount, you need to have level 80 of all battle classes. And that's the Yamara mount. And I'm so far from that goal in this character, it's not even funny. And I like the Carbuncle mount, but I'm not a fan of the music. This music used to have the default flying music, but they changed it to this. There, to the west. Canst thou discern the hump of an island rising above the water? That foliage-covered moss hideth the key to our safe descent. Swim close and plunge thee beneath the surface, and thou shalt soon divine the reason for mine insistence. Though it would be much to my shame, I can but flail and flounder where thou mayst glide as a fish. I shall board a boat to the island and spare one and all the spectacle of mine inept strokes. Oh, poor Yaranger. Alright. Let's check this out. This looks like an eye. Two curved slabs of rock seem squished together there, giving the impression of a giant stone eyelids. Though it appears solid enough, the rock yields steadily under your touch. Was this surface gently shifting, or was it your imagination? Well, what hast thou discerned? It reminds me of a certain primal. Most perceptive. According to the lore of the Pixies, we are, even now, perched upon the back of an ancient Fey entity. Its name is Bismarck. Aye, the self-same title by which we know the great feathered whale revered by the Vanu Vanu of the Source. I would enlist its aid to bear us onto the deep, and thence banish the water from it with an airy sphere, alike and form into the domes which do shelter the hamlets beneath the ruby sea. Within its compass we may move unencumbered and defend ourselves when the hour of our battle cometh, as it most surely shall. Now I must needs ask for silence while I prepare my supplication. Oh boy, talking to a giant whale.
ウィールサハビランビスメール。
Nimida Sawinerame. Ama Karnal.
ファレンシロー・ウィスロンアッダシアイルイナル。
バウスタースリーオルフォーソンイリグース。
妖精語はわからないけど、あんまり気乗りしないって感じね。
私のスネアクったらついに学んだのね。それにあなたならきっと進むことを選ぶと思っていたわ。本当に可愛い人。もちろんお手伝いしてあげるのだわ。スピスメル、ウィンピクト、バンドロムイトロミヤクム、バンリエード、リリ
エー。おはようのさは、ウィースン。イスネリー、ソリー。
Alright, that was easy.
戻ったら肺でこの子の歯を磨くこと。礼儀を忘れてはならないのだわ。
One of my dentists?
ええ、承知しております。妖精王、あなたにも深い感謝を。
さあ、交渉は成立。出発の時間だわ。振り落とされないよう しっかり捕まるのよ。その旅路に我ら妖精の祝福を。インバ、きっと無事に戻ってね。
Farois, Bonem Narcissa, Dirsi Tarnai.
The whale stirs. And it flies. I can imagine the looks on people's faces when they see a flying whale.
Nanka, 戻っちまったな。何もかも。仕方ないんじゃね。全部は変わりっこなかったんだよ。今さらさ。ユールモアの連中がちょっとマシになっただけでも歴史的大事件だったと思うぞ俺は。けどよ、大将後期が動いた時のあの感動、巨大タロースが立ち上がった時のあの衝撃、忘れられねえんだよな。
Oh yeah? Wait till you see this.
うわ、なんだあれ。おいおいおいおい、なんかすっげえのが飛び込んでったな。おい、ちょっと待った。こいつは。
Oh yeah. Me and giant whale.
えらいこっちゃ。
Giant whale just plummeted into the ocean. What do you expect?
Oh, Arnana. Tildens Taho. Eri Harubushi. Sonne. Actorason Yasne. Tarnai.
Oh boy, look at this place. We're definitely under the sea.
ビスマルクの吐いた息は国風海の底に巨大な気泡を生み出した。あらわになった決戦の地、テンペスト。空が再び光に覆われた今も、ここはどこか薄暗く、いつか光は嫌だとぼやいた男がどこかにいることを予感させた。その終着点に向けて英雄は今最後の冒険を始める。
The Tempest, the final area of Shadowbringers. Full glad am I that Bismarck was true to his word. We are arrived in the Tempest safe and dry. 'Tis here that we shall find the lair of Emmet Selk, and I believe the imprisoned Exarch as well. For an Asine alone, it is of course a trifling matter to flee into the rifts, yet I suspect such travel is nigh impossible with the mortal in one's custody. Nay, he would soon not risk his prize in the Exarch's very body serveth as the key to the Crystal Tower and its powers of temporal transportation. Thus, am I all but certain that this underwater realm harboreth our friend and enemy both. We have but to find them. Alright. Okay, so this is a good place to stop. So when we come back, this place is kind of a bitch to map out and find occurrence on, because there's a lot of low areas in this place, and it's really annoying. So I'm gonna see what I can gather off video, map out what I can map out, and when we come back we will explore the ocean's floor. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you then. Later.